Hello, welcome to day 11 of Project Peaceful Purge. All right, today, first off, I want to take a moment and acknowledge that we're on day 11. We're more than a third of the way through this challenge. Number two, I want to talk to you for a second about where you might be at here, okay? Because we're in the middle of week 2 of this challenge, and you might be... There's kind of two categories you might be in. You might be in the honor roll, this is awesome, I'm seeing huge results, and I'm super encouraged camp. If that is you, yes, let's celebrate, and you're going to love today's mindset hack, okay? Because it's all about celebrating. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? Today, if you're in that camp, I want you to make sure that you apply today's mindset hack, for sure, all right? But there's some of you who are in the camp of feeling maybe a little behind, feeling like, okay, I've been watching the videos, but I haven't actually been applying like the tasks and things like that. So I'm feeling behind. I'm feeling maybe a little frustrated. Maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all the information because I know it's a lot. Or maybe you're just, or in some capacity, you're facing resistance. You're either, you're resistant to doing the tasks, to applying the mindset hacks. You're kind of like, I like the idea of it, but you're just really wrestling with the actual application. Or you are doing it and you're frustrated because you don't really feel like you're seeing results. Like you're like, I'm trying the mindset hacks. I've been doing the daily decluttering tasks and maybe I'm seeing a little progress, but I'm not really seeing a lot. And you're feeling discouraged and frustrated. That might be you today. If that's you, it's okay. First of all, I want to tell you it's okay. That's part of the growth process, is to feel discouraged sometimes, especially when there's a lot we want to grow through, a lot of things we want to do. So I want to first of all say it's okay. Take a breath and acknowledge it's okay to be where you're at. And I want to invite you. I don't want to just leave you hanging there, okay? I want to support you. So I invite you to book a one-on-one call with me. They're free. A one-on-one call with me is free. In this call, what we'll do is we will chat. We're going to figure out kind of where you're at and where the resistance is coming from and how I can support you to get through that resistance, come up with some sort of an action plan for you to get through that resistance, whatever that looks like for you in your individual unique circumstance. The goal of the call is to give you a clear action plan for moving forward that reduces the overwhelm and gives you peace of mind of, I can do this, confidence. Okay. So link for that will be, the link for that is in the description of the video. I'll also post it in the group. So that is something that you can access. So that's just, I wanted to invite you to that if that's you today. Okay. Now, for everybody, mindset hack time. All right. Today's mindset hack is acknowledge the wins, otherwise known as celebrate and reward yourself. Okay. We've already discussed in day 8 the idea how our brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Okay, right? So one of the ways we want to work with our brain to get the results we want. So one of the ways that we get to do this is we are going to acknowledge our wins. The brain is consistently seeking pleasure and wanting to avoid pain. And so when we do housework, there's some pleasure in it. There can be some pleasure, right? And a job well done and things like that. But especially if you have kids, it doesn't last very long. And so honestly, the pain of like, I literally just cleaned that and now it's dirty again, tends to outweigh the pleasure of the fact that it got clean for 5 seconds, right? So we want to find other ways to acknowledge and reward ourselves for accomplishing tasks and meeting our goals. Okay? When we do that, when we acknowledge and reward ourselves, it causes our brain, it gives our brain enough of a dopamine hit that it's like, ooh, that was fun. I like that. I want to repeat the behavior that leads to more rewards, right? This is the whole concept of positive reinforcement. This is a thing. This works. We see this works often, even with our kids, right? When we're interacting with our kids and trying to teach them acceptable behavior and unacceptable behavior, we utilize positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement, right? There's the two. There's the positive. Oh, you did what you should do. You did what you're supposed to do. Here's a positive reward. Oh, you did something you shouldn't do. There's a negative consequence. Exact same concept applies to our brains as an adult. Let's work with it. So, reward ourselves. Choose small daily rewards, weekly rewards, and maybe larger rewards for completing larger tasks. So what I challenge you to do for this particular mindset hack to apply it, I want you to choose some small daily rewards, things that you do each day, whether that's at the end of the day, after you've accomplished your tasks, you give yourself 10 minutes to read your favorite book or sit in a bubble bath or something, whatever, what works for you. Paint your nails, have a cup of tea, light a candle. Some of my favorite, I build in rewards to all of my little tasks. So here's one of the things I do. When I clean my kitchen, when my kitchen is clean in the morning, after breakfast. So I usually try to close my kitchen at night so that I wake up to a clean kitchen. Then I wake up, I make breakfast, maybe do some food prep for lunch or dinner or whatever. I do stuff in the kitchen. And then I clean the kitchen for the morning cleaning. When the kitchen has been cleaned up after breakfast, counters are clear, dishes are washed, blah, 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 all the things, I light a candle. I find candles that I like that smell yummy but are non-toxic so that the scents are like natural scents. And I light a candle during like fall and winter. In the summer, I might put on a diffuser or something else. I find something else in the summer. But in this fall and the winter, and even sometimes the spring, I light a candle because the warm glow makes the kitchen just feel cozy. It's pretty and it smells good. So it kind of just like encourages all the senses in the kitchen. So like that's one reward for me. And my brain goes, I cleaned the kitchen. Even if in 10 minutes I'm going to find dishes or my kids are going to get something out, I did clean the kitchen and I completed the task. And the smell of the candle, it makes me happy. So little things like that, right? When I'm done cleaning my living room and tidying up my living room after a 10-minute blitz or whatever, I make a cup of tea and I sit and enjoy it for a minute. Personally, I subscribe to Magnolia magazine, so every few months I get a new magazine and I keep it the newest one on my coffee table. And so when I finish a task, I sit and read a little bit of it. It's these little things. It doesn't have to be like some big deal, but small daily things that you can do to reward yourself. Then something a little bigger for a weekly reward. Maybe, and it doesn't have to be the same thing every week. Maybe that's when you take your long, luxurious bubble bath once a week. Maybe you go get your hair done or your nails done, or you splurge on a coffee at the store or from the coffee shop instead of making your own. Whatever it is, you know yourself of what you like. So what those rewards and celebrations is going to be highly personal. And then larger, kind of bigger scale rewards for things like completing this challenge. When you've completed this challenge, I want you to reward yourself. And I'm going to remind you to do that at the end of this challenge. Like, reward yourself. You did something big. Have some sort of a big reward that gives you that, like, I did it feeling, and gives you that reward it stimulates the reward center of your brain. Okay, so that is today's mindset hack. So in the comments, I really would love to see you share some of the rewards that you're going to implement for yourself daily, weekly, and if you have an idea of what you want to reward yourself with when you complete this challenge, that reward as well. Your task for today is to go through your makeup. Go through your makeup, throw away anything that is expired or that you don't use or like. Okay? And if you have stuff that's like brand new that you don't use or like, well, then obviously you can donate that stuff. But stuff that's like open, that's been used, that you don't actually use it or like it, just throw it away. Stop holding on to it. Stuff that is expired, throw it away. Does that mean you might need to have to go buy a new tube of mascara because you've had yours for a year? Probably, but it's your eyes are going to thank you to not put expired mascara on them, because expired mascara can really irritate the eyes, for example. But like expired makeup can, depending on the quality of it, really cause some fun symptoms. So throw away anything that's expired or that you don't use or like, and that is your task for today. And and if you need to replace them, put it on your shopping list to replace your mascara or your lipstick or whatever that expired that you don't have an extra one of. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.